Hello, hello. It looks like we're live. How exciting. You guys ready to get started?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely ready.
Absolutely ready. Okay, well, I'd like to start off by introducing myself. I'm Carly. Sometimes you'll see me in the Discord as Car Fries. I'm the community manager at Atari, and I'm going to be running some stuff here today, putting these guys to the test. But if you guys want to introduce yourselves, we'll start with JK.
Okay, hi. My name's John Carterer, otherwise known as JK, around the office and to many of my friends. My official title is Senior Art Director, but occasionally I get to dabble in some game design, and that's how I ended up working on NeoSprint, is a little game I liked Sprint 2 and wanted to do a kind of modern version of it. So it's the short pitch.
It's a great pitch. You've done wonderfully with it. Next up, we've got Sam.
Hey everyone, I'm Sam. I'm the publishing coordinator here at Atari. I'm the guy responsible for setting up the store pages for all of our games. So if you've seen NeoSprint on your favorite platform, I'm the guy that put it there.
And thank goodness for that. What would we do without you?
Right.
And then we also have Mike, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Micah. I'm a studio head for Digital Eclipse, one of the newest members of the Atari family. I've been enjoying this last year with everybody here on this stream. So I'm going to be joining today and hoping that the era of racing games that we're going to be talking about is like the one I grew up with. Otherwise, I'm useless. Other than Forza. I can say Forza randomly, and that'd probably be it.
I mean, that might work for a few of the answers. You never know. Could get lucky.
All right.
So those guys here are going to be our contestants. If you want to follow them in their day-to-day and all the fun things they do, John is on LinkedIn. So that's John Cotterer. I got it. Kaudderer. We've got Sam on Twitter at SmugPorky. And then we've got Mike on Twitter as Mike J. Micah. So give everybody a follow because they post a lot of fun stuff. I'm going to be honest. It's always fun to see what's going on at Atari and what everybody's up to. So without further ado, let's talk about how this is all going to work. So this is our 8-bit trivia racing edition for anybody who was able to join us. It was a space theme last time. We've decided to make it into an entire series. So we can just keep going with it when we have fun games that come out and fun things to talk about. So how it's going to work today is each contestant will be shown a multiple choice question that has to do with racing video games. And I'm going to repeat that again. They are all racing video games. Even if the word racing video game is not in the question, it has to do with a racing video game. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. Whoever gets the most points will get a super enthusiastic round of applause. That will be their prize. It will be incredible. Trust me.
Excellent. We all need one of those every once in a while.
Yeah, right? And then each contestant can also use a 50-50 or a poll the audience once during the duration of the game. So if in the first round you use your 50-50, you don't get it back for the second, third, or fourth round. We did take Phone a Friend out for this edition because it was a little chaotic last time for anybody who was there. Do you guys have any questions?
Oh, I just want to crush this.
You're gonna. Yeah. I'm sure you're gonna. And then for our audience, we will have up to 5 audience questions that are not multiple choice. The first person to answer in the comment section will win a NeoSprint Steam code. So if you are a winner, please take a screenshot and create a ticket in our Discord or send us a DM on Atari on Twitter, and we will get you your prize. But first, a message from our sponsor. Not me. Really tried to lead into that one.
Jonas is like, There
we go. Oh.
Does anybody else rock out to that song when it's on?
That
Like,
soundtrack
that's a
is
great
awesome.
soundtrack.
You couldn't see it, but I had glow sticks going. And it was a little mini rave. It was fun.
Hypes
I
you up.
forgot my glow sticks. What a bummer. And I just also wanted to give a shout out to Jonas, who is helping us behind the scenes running the show. We could not do this without him, so thank you, Jonas. All right. Now, are we ready?
Absolutely ready.
Yes.
Did anybody study this time?
Not at all. Just like college, I did nothing.
All right. That's honestly exactly what I expected. So we're all playing on a level playing field. We're gonna.
Well, I did look some stuff up, but I was overwhelmed by how much stuff I found. I'm like, yes.
Got
There's
drinking
more
from the
than 5 racing games?
So as a reminder, all of the questions have to do with, say it with me, racing video
Racing
games.
games.
Yes.
Great.
Got it.
First-person shooters.
Pitfall.
Racing games. So.
Great. Now you're going to confuse yourself, and that's not going to be my fault. We're going to go in the same order as we did our introductions. JK, and then Sam, and then Mike. So without further ado, ready for our first question. Here we go. It's the build-up. Captain Falcon is a character from which racing series? 1, Gran Turismo, 2, F-Zero, 3, Flat Out, or 4, Outrun?
I think I know this one. I believe it is 2 F-Zero.
That is correct. Good job, JK. You get 1 point.
Mode 7, represent.
Next up, we've got Sam with the next question.
Let's do it.
Which Formula One champion is featured in the second edition of Super Monaco GP? Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton,
Can you give me the first question?
or Ayrton Senna.
All right. I want to use my 50-50 on the first question. Let's do
That's
it.
fine. Okay. So 50-50, I'm going to say it is 3 or 4.
Let's say 4.
That is correct. It is Ayrton
Yeah.
Senna. Good job. That was lucky.
My friend actually named his firstborn after Ayrton Senna.
Oh,
He's a
yeah?
big F1. Yeah.
Cool.
So his name is Senna.
Oh, that's cute.
Shout out to Senna. Go.
Oh, that's great. I also am excited for this next one because I think I keep seeing Mike dancing in the background and getting excited because I think he knows the answers. He's full of joy
I
and excitement.
know. Now I'm worried after this second one.
Okay, but this game is literally called Super Monaco GP. Okay, anyways, we're on to question 3. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. What is the first driving game to have a behind the car view? 1, Night
Number
Driver.
1, Night Driver.
That is correct. Very enthusiastic. See? You're enthusiastic. As a reminder, that is an Atari.
Although technically you're not behind the car, it's the front of the car, so I don't know.
Well, they say it's a behind the car view. That's what the internet said, and that's what my fact checker confirmed as well.
Because the fiberglass body is what you're sitting in, and it's the front of it. We're going to have to go over
You
this
got
question.
it right. Why are you arguing? Do you want me to take the point away because it's like, well, technically, if it's not right.
All the answers.
Just give me a half a point because I gotta.
No, you
I
get
got
the
it
whole
right.
point. You get the whole point.
All right.
No,
All
I'm
right.
a little nervous for you to see the rest of the questions we have. Okay, so next up, we're going to have an audience question. How we will get the winner is we have a feed of the comments on our side, and it's going to be based off which comment comes into ours first. So if you're on YouTube and Twitch, it's all feeding in together. So get your fingers ready. And I'm going to say numbers spelled or just the number count. And change the slide, please, sir. How many characters were available to choose from in 1992's Super Mario Kart? Some thinking music. 8. Smell dog with 8. That is correct. Smell Dog,
Nice.
I know who you are, so you can just send us a DM. You don't have to screenshot. Always a good. Oh. We had. Oh, wait. The Nintendads was point 0.6 seconds behind. That's tough. That's very close. Good job, though. Good job. That was close. Okay, guys, how are we feeling after that first round?
Better.
Feeling pretty good.
Good.
I got the easiest question, I think, but let's see if that continues.
And I did see Ethan's comment about fact checking. Actually, Jonas was the fact checker, so
Yes.
threw him right under the bus because his audio is not on and he can't defend himself. yeah. Okay, I think we're ready for our next round.
Do it.
Okay. What was Atari's first racing game? And this is for JK. Indy 500, Grand Track 10, Fatal Run, or Dodge 'em?
I am going to go with Grand Track 10, I think. I remember Atari did an Indy 800, but I think that was a version of one of the Grand Track games. Which would be the great granddaddy.
That is correct. It is Grand Track 10.
Nice.
Wow, guys. 4 straight answers in a row. And let me also just point out, we did really learn from our last trivia event because it wasn't multiple choice. And that was like a bit more difficult, I'd say. All right, next up we have Sam. Which of these is not a traditional racing game subgenre? Speed, futuristic, arcade, or kart?
I'm gonna say speed, number 1.
Is that because in the test, when we practiced, I put all answers in the first spot, or are you confident on this one?
I'm confident in this one. That could be part of it, though.
Well, good thing you're correct. It is speed.
Nice.
It's not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
Maybe somebody just make a ton of Speed Racer anime based.
Yeah, Speed Racer Racing
would be genre.
would be the speed genre.
If anybody could do it, though,
Or
Sam,
based on speed.
actually, all 3 of you together could just start a whole new genre.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we will. See what happens. All right, next up we have Mike. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Do it.
The courses 3-7 Speedway, Dinosaur Canyon, and Seaside Street Galaxy are from which game? Top Gear, Forza Horizon, Gran Turismo, or Daytona USA?
Daytona USA.
That is correct. Not
Wow.
even a second of hesitation. I'm thinking I should have made this harder. Or for this one, we should have gone back to like no multiple choice and just not guess.
We're still working it out.
We also have a very good comment. All racing is speed racing from the Nintendads. So that's kind of a good point. Good point.
I agree with Nintendads on that.
Okay, so we are ready for our next audience question. If you in the audience are ready, Enduro Racer became hugely famous for being the first arcade game where you could do what?
Where you could race.
Maybe. Maybe. Okay, that's do a kickflip. Maybe. Yeah, maybe you could do a kickflip. E-Dog, that is not correct. Is not Crash, Nintendads. Great guesses, though. Let's give it play with other players. Another good guess. Keep guessing. Keep guessing. Enduro Racer. So think of an arcade game that suddenly there's this new feature that you can
want
now
to give the answer so bad.
Do you get an extra point if you answer?
You should put it in the private chat. I don't know this one.
Yes, that is correct, Brian. It is make a wheelie. I'd call it doing a wheelie, personally. But not a driver. But yes, good job, Brian. You also don't have to send screenshots because I know you very, very well. And if you guys have
Enduro Racer, see, because I thought he was talking about the Activision one, but maybe not.
No, it's the motorbike game from Sega that had.
Well, that would have got me.
Yep. And Brian won that one. And if you guys aren't familiar with Brian, you should be. He's an absolute legend in the Atari community. We have him as our mayor of Atari X City Center.
Ooh, the mayor.
Yeah. But you didn't know we had a mayor, did you? Okay, guys. We're getting ready to go into our next round. Do you have any comments, feedback, concerns, or any just feelings in general?
What happens if it's a three-way tie?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think in that case, everybody gets a round of applause.
All right.
Pretty good.
Not just 1/3 of applause for each person? No
Yeah.
Merchant of Venice type thing? Okay.
Length of applause based on your placement.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. I'm happy with that if you guys are.
I think that's a great solution.
Yeah, that works for me.
Who could complain with that?
Perfect. Okay, and with that, dear editor, our next slide. Which popular racing game has a real-life cafe at a racetrack in Japan? Tokyo Drift, Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo, or Ridge Racer?
Is this my question? This is my question.
Yes, sorry, JK.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Bad host.
That's fine. I should have been more on the ball here. Which popular racing game has a real-life cafe at a racetrack in Japan? Oh, man. I feel like that's probably Gran Turismo because it's made in Japan. I actually met the guy. I should probably remember his name because he's super famous.
Oh my god, what if he sees this and you didn't remember his name?
You might be in the audience right now, JK.
You might be. I hope not. We talked about his modified Mitsubishi Evo, and he was so happy. He's like, "Oh, you speak Japanese?" I was like, "No, I just heard you said Mitsubishi Evo."
And you just repeated Mitsubishi Evo?
That's what he said. Yeah, and he was like, "You know what I'm saying?" Anyway, I'm gonna go with 3 Gran Turismo. It's either that or Ridge Racer, but I feel like Ridge Racer was a long time ago, and I know they had their cool, their like host that they were, and Ridge Racer was huge. But I'm gonna go with 3.
That is correct. It is Gran Turismo. I really did try and trip you up with putting Tokyo Drift in there because, Japan, Tokyo. But you saw right past that and you knew exactly what the answer was. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. And I saw the Gran Turismo movie. Not that was in it, but
Qualifies you.
It counts. Next up, we have Sam.
Let's do it.
From the 1940s into the 1970s, the basis for racing games were EM games. What does EM stand for? Electromagnetic, electromechanical, engine mechanic, or external magnetic?
I have 0 idea. I'm going to go ahead. See, I would have assumed the M, like a race 'em up, shoot 'em up, M.
I feel like before we went live, one of you guys were talking about that you would look this up.
Well, it wasn't me.
I actually did.
Unfortunately.
This was mentioned in one of the things I was reading.
Let's do
You gotta
3.
pull.
Engine mechanic.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sam.
No, don't say that. Say I did good.
Well, you did good.
You did
but you were
so
You
good.
did good, Sam.
Right.
You did.
You did really good at being wrong.
You did so good, but unfortunately the answer is electromechanical.
Because they were mechanical games. There's a game called Dune Buggy that had like a metal arm and it would roll a car around, or
Okay,
you
that
had
makes
like a
sense.
geared car on a rolling road and all that kind of stuff.
It was
So,
more about the machine than like the actual
yeah.
thing itself. Yeah.
And do you remember the one that would project? So it had like all these little toy cars and it would actually project
Yep.
like you were going down the road on the screen. And they
It was
had that.
crazy.
I think that's from the 60s, and they had that in arcades in the 80s still. I remember that.
You guys know so much. It's absolutely fascinating.
Too much. I may know too much.
I wish
Not about anything important. Only.
No, it's more useful than mine. My brain's full of like song lyrics from the 2010s.
That's probably still better.
Yeah, I think it is.
Only comes into use at karaoke. All right, we've got Mike. Are you ready?
I guess so. Let's see what question 9 has for us.
Which 1987 racing game came with
Rad
3D?
Racer.
That's correct.
In Japan, Rad Racer had it wasn't red and blue glasses. They actually had those flip glasses, the ones that were you'd plug into the Famicom, and every other frame it would do it. So it was like full color racing. And in the US, we got the cheap version, which was red and blue alternating screens with red blue glasses.
Okay,
we're that was one of Rare's early games.
Yes, Square Enix, and it was the guy who did that also did 3D World Runner and went on to do Final Fantasy.
That's what I was thinking of.
That's impressive. But since you know all that, what did they call it in Japan?
Ooh.
Rad Racer.
No, they did not.
They didn't?
It was called
What do they call it in
Highway
Japan?
Star.
Really? Highway Star? I always
Highway
thought it was
Star.
Rad Racer stuff.
Like Deep Purple. Right?
Didn't know enough.
I
Take
just
my
had
point
to.
away.
I like
Take
you're
my
doing.
point
So
away.
well, I just had to like knock you down a little peg, right?
You have to. You have to. Every meeting I have at Atari, somebody has to do that for me just to make sure my head doesn't get too big.
Well, you got to be able to wear hats, right? So
I
It's
do,
important
and
to
I
keep your
barely
head
fit in those,
outside.
so it's gotta deflate sometime.
sometime. Okay, so we have another audience question. I have a feeling that Mike's gonna yell at me, but what was the only 32K game to be released for the 2600? This is for the audience. Mike, are you preparing to yell at me?
No, this is a good one.
Okay.
I would have put qualifiers like original era 2600.
Fatal Run is correct, Smell Dog.
Right.
That is your second win. If somebody else repeats Fatal Run, they will win this.
Fatal Run.
Ryan, you have also already won. So I'm gonna need somebody else's. This is Mirangu, anyone? Come on, guys. Ethan, you work here. Okay, fine. Fine, it's fine. I just won't give this one away. The Nintendads! Yay!
Yay, Nintendo!
Nice. Fatal Run.
I was actually gonna call on Nintendo.
Possibly.
Answer.
Okay, as a reminder, Nintendads, please send us a DM on Twitter or in Discord. We have tickets as well. Awesome. Okay. We're
Fatal Run
about
is also a pretty good game on the 2600. It's kind of impressive what they
Yeah,
packed in there.
scrolling text and all that crazy stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I love the art and graphics as well.
Doesn't it have like a menu too, like crazy,
Yeah,
futuristic.
it's pole position with guns. What could go wrong?
Okay, so we are going into the final
The final round.
round. The current scores are JK 3 points, Sam 2 points, but also a really good job,
Thank you. Thank you.
and Mike at 3 points. Are you ready?
Tied.
JK, you're up first.
Okay, pressure's on.
Pressure's on. Which arcade racer was so popular that it inspired a Saturday morning cartoon? Mario Kart, Pole Position, Top Gear, or Crash Team Racing?
Do you want me to sing the song?
Yeah, I'd love for you to get a bonus.
And then I don't remember the lyrics. Dun, 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 dun. But I remember that was close. It was pole position too. I
gets
watched that
And an amazing intro. The intro was
Yeah.
so cool.
The intro was great.
You get a bonus point for singing any part of it. So that's now you're at 5 out of 4.
Oh,
Possible.
really?
That was
I
very
knew
good.
that singing would get me somewhere.
My question to you guys: do you say Mario or Mario?
The first one,
I
Mario.
said Mario.
Mario, because he said, "It's a me, Mario."
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
he says his own name,
Yeah.
Mario.
Did you guys? I like this might be a Canada thing. I'm never sure which things are like Canada or which are just like me being weird. Did you guys have Mario Teaches Typing, the computer game?
I played that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a copy somewhere around here.
You do?
Yeah, of the
got a box copy as well, like over there.
That's like one of those. I have a really bad memory, and like so I just have little glimpses instead of real memories. And like I would love to see it one day, just to like fully put the memory back into its spot.
It might be good that you keep it there.
Doesn't he sing something about like a pizza in the pie or a pie in the sky or something?
Yeah, some things are best left in time.
Okay. I'll leave it there. All right, Sam. Time for your redemption.
Here we go.
Oh, I don't know if you like this one. Which game was released unfinished and was considered one of the worst video games of all time?
Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, baby.
That is correct.
I know that one. That's my Micah question.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Russian mafia was not involved in any way, shape, or form with that game.
Is that what they say?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So for anybody
Somebody
who doesn't,
laundered some money there.
you guys want to tell a bit of this background on it for anybody who's watching who doesn't know?
I mean,
Game development is hard.
you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Unfinished, worst video games of all time. The AI, I don't think actually is like programmed when you're racing. They just sit there at the start. If you go reverse, you just keep increasing in speed infinitely. all that good
like
stuff
features to me.
When you cross the finish line, it goes, "You are winner."
Or yeah, you are winner.
And there's bridges that they don't even have a collision in there, so you just head under them.
Through it.
That's awesome.
I remember I knew somebody had this shirt. It said it was from some game, but I don't remember which one. But it said, "A winner is you."
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
I mean, a winner is you, Jake.
It's very, very uplifting, very supporting.
All right, we've got our last question for Mike. Are you ready?
Now it's gonna be the hardest.
Which early arcade racer is considered NeoSprint?
Sprint 2.
Yeah.
I'm glad you yelled that because I was like, predecessor. Yeah. Okay.
Predecessor
You could have
sounds
just put
wrong.
all these different sprints on there too. Like, which one is it?
I asked you.
If it was like Sprint 2, Sprint 8, or it would have been interesting if it was done like that.
Yeah, it's Sprint 8 and Sprint 2 are really, really different. And then they were like, they figured out how to do better AI or something, and then they went to Sprint 1. So Sprint 1 is
Sprint
the
4 had color.
Yeah, and Sprint 8 had color too, but it actually somehow had worse graphics despite having color. Right. But that's all.
Well, JK, I did ask you when I was writing that question if Sprint 2 was the official predecessor, and you said yes.
It is, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And it's still fun to this day, although I can't remember if it came out in 76 or 78. I feel like it was 76, but maybe I'm wrong.
Grand Track was 74, so it's probably 76.
Originally published by Key Games. It was Key Games' bestseller.
Cool.
It cracked the top 10 in Japan, number 7.
Oh, Brian has a fun comment. We should talk about the contest that Atari Age did for the Indy 500 to patch the track and allow people to create their own racetracks for an Atari 2600 ROM.
That was pretty cool because there was a tool made for people to make their own racetracks for Indy 500, and Atari Age community submitted tons of tracks that came together, and it extended basically anybody who was a fan of Indy 500, which is the driving controller 2600 game, one of the few games that used the driving controller. It was pretty cool to see that happen so many years later and extend the life of that. It's a good call out, Brian.
Good call, Brian.
I do like track builders. So
does love Great Track Builder. Okay, we've got one last.
Connecting it to the new game. It's like you can make your own tracks now.
Yes. Okay, we've got one last audience question. And I'm so excited to see how fast you guys answer this. Name this game. Need the Jeopardy music.
Yeah, it should be a soundboard.
Should we give them a hint? E.T.
Two
707, we
words.
don't mention E.T.
We're actually not even allowed to use those 2 letters in anything.
Which makes it really hard when we're talking about time zones.
We can't write out the for one. It's very difficult to communicate.
Smell Dog is guessing pole position 2.
I think that's wrong. 707's right. Wrong answer's only apparently.
There we go. Then I guess we're spot on.
Is it 2 or is it 1? I can't tell.
It's 1.
Is it 1?
Yeah. But that's
Oh,
fine.
good.
He also
We should have shouted Atari carts. That would have been better.
he also already won one, so 707, if you type pole position, I can give you the prize.
I like the French ET that he set up there.
I want 707 to keep saying the wrong names even after you tell.
Yeah.
It's pole position.
What was that? There was a pixel arcade racer that came out in the 80s, and it had this ridiculously wide monitor that it actually didn't even really use. It just
had
had
3 monitors, right? So it was like 1 and 2 on the side. I think that.
And there's no reason to have anything on the side. It was like
no, it was just the edges of the track going by, and you can see the billboards longer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give up on that one. So now, after I have very, very carefully tallied the scores,
that's an entirely different game.
After I've very mathematically tallied these scores, are you ready to know who your winner is? Can I get a drum sound, please? I mean, you 3. Okay. And the winner is JK with 5 points. Woo!
Thank you. I got an extra point for some weird reason, though. It should probably be a tie, but that's okay.
But you sang.
No, you sang. That's
anybody who sings on a stream.
You put the work in.
Yeah.
I'll go and I'll learn the lyrics, and then I'll post the entire song on my YouTube.
I would love that. Do you have a YouTube? Can we direct people there right now?
Yeah. They could if they want to. It's got some NeoSprint stuff on there.
Perfect. Go find JK's YouTube. All right. Okay. Now, the reason we did this today is because NeoSprint is out. It released on June 28th.
Sure did.
7th? 28th.
27th.
27th, yep. That's the one.
But
I was like looking at the Friday. I was like, it wasn't Friday.
So the 28th counts as well.
Yeah. Okay. So we want to show you guys a little bit of some gameplay that JK's put together for us, but really wanted to take the opportunity to do this to just like have a bit of fun and talk about racing games, because all of the history of the games comes together and is what impacts what we do today. So I think it's all fun, and it's also cool to see what these guys know, because they know so much more than I do. It's pretty fascinating. And then Mr. Manager, may you please run our second video for JK?
He's the producer. Okay, NeoSprint. Here we go. So this is a little shot of the track builder. Track builder has over 180 pieces that you can use. It'll go up to 3 levels in height. So you'll see this one goes up to 2. You could see that red level right there, and that if you hold down the button, that would create a jump for you. Sorry, my dog is choosing to bark right now. You could decorate your track right there, and then this kind of fast forwards. One of the cool features is you could rotate the camera. If you save that and you upload it for other people to race, it'll keep that camera angle. And then there's 3 times of day, which you can see right there. So once you have a cool track, you test it out, and that's what this is showing right here. And when you validated the track, it's done. And then we've got a campaign mode against these rival racers here, which we see you go through about 48 races, and there's 9 different cars with a ton of livery options. And you race against up to 7 people other racers in the campaign. And then there's also multiplayer, of course. You could race on some platforms up to 7 other players. And there's a zoom cam to go in. This is a podium sequence here that we have when you win. And the podium sequence is dynamic, so it shows what biome you are. And then this is one of the special features, which is the obstacle course, where you have to beat a time on the obstacle course to get either a gold, bronze, silver, or gold medal. And then there's time trials as well. And then this is a track I built that has a badass jump on it. You could go up to 3 grids in width, and that's just my quick little overview. So.
That was a really good rundown. Like, I feel like I learned more there than I've learned at work.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about time trials at Too Many Games Fest on Sunday. We had a time trial competition, and it was super fun. And people were really realizing. For me, the time trial is probably the funnest part of the game because you just I'm going to do one more round. I think I could shave off like a second. Yeah. And then you realize you just spent like 20 minutes on the same track. So
the last 15 minutes of the show, the where we were on the show floor actually flooded because of the storm. And someone just stood there in the water on the PlayStation, just racing the track over and over, and they ended up getting the best overall time of the day in the middle of the flood.
Yeah, at least it didn't get.
So it is addicting.
Does sound addicting. And anybody who wants to check it out, we got the QR code up in the corner there.
So it's funny. Bjork is talking about Indie Heat, and this guy Purnell on the show floor, he was showing me Indie Heat. He's like, "This reminds me of your game." I was like, "Oh, I forgot Indie Heat existed, actually."
Yeah, it followed, was it Super Off-Road, Ivan Stewart's Super Off-Road, and it was really fun to play.
I love Super Off-Road.
Yeah, I wish that was an Atari IP. Someday.
Yeah, Wade.
Wade's Thanos glove. He's going to insert one more little gem. The Leland games.
You're telling me he doesn't have all the stones yet? Like, we need more?
No, he's got 2 gloves.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I had fun. You guys made me laugh a lot, and I hope our viewers had fun as well. Definitely check out NeoSprint and show it some love. I think Stearns is also streaming NeoSprint often on Steam. Is that correct, Sam?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a live stream happening on the store page. You can see it at the top.
Yeah. So be sure to check that out. Again, we've got the QR code there in the corner. Anything you guys want to say to wrap this up?
NeoSprint is out on all platforms. Check it out on your platform of choice. If you play it on Steam, please leave a review. We always love to see feedback. Or leave a review anywhere that you want to, really.
NeoSprint has a more challenging difficulty level than this trivia game did, so.
Especially if you go to time trials, some of those gold times are like, I was like, I think we made a mistake, and then I beat the time, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
This reminded me one time when it was like Thanksgiving, and somebody brought over Star Wars Trivial Pursuit, and like the first person who started to play just kept the board until he won. And it was like,
okay, next time, guys, it's going to be a lot harder, so hold on to your butts.
I'm challenging
like
you.
More like Jeopardy. It's just a random thing. It's like, now we're talking about 18th century surgery techniques. We'd be like, okay, we'd be all on a level playing field.
And then Sam's just an expert at it. Like, buzzer.
That's my
He's a lobotomizer. What?
Honestly, it would take the same amount of effort for me to make the trivia questions because I start from zero, right? I don't know. I'm just searching the internet. Mike, do you have something to announce? Something new to announce?
We just announced a bunch of stuff. We announced Power Rangers is coming out later this year. We have Wizardry out there right now. I'd love for people to go out there and grab that. It's a great remastering and re-envisioning of the original Wizardry game that started the entire computer RPG genre, pretty much. We also have what's the other one I can announce? Oh, I can't say that one. I can't say that one. Yeah, go look at just look at our website, and you can see that we have these Gold Master Series games too that are really fun, and they're kind of in the vein of Atari 50. If you haven't tried that out yet, and we have Atari 50 DLC coming up as well, which is going to be super exciting. Which expands the games, the interviews, and the history that we all enjoyed putting together for Atari 50. Again, all of us here enjoyed putting together. For Atari.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Awesome. Anybody else?
If you make a level in NeoSprint, share it online. I want to
Yes.
see those levels.
Yeah, and Sam and the guys will check them out, race
That's
them.
right.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and thank you to all of our viewers. As the guys said, please check out NeoSprint. If you've got it, leave a review. That's very helpful for us. And have an awesome week. Yesterday was Canada Day. Thursday's America Day. So be safe, have fun. And yeah, I call it America Day. I don't know what you guys call
It's very
it.
important on America Day that everybody be safe. It's America after all.
Yes, be safe, have fun. And thank you guys all so much for joining us. And take care. We'll see you soon.
Everybody.
Bye.